My name is Austin. I work in sales.
So what we want to do today is just give a brief explanation of what Chartnote is, what it does, and give a demo. And then if there are any questions, we're happy to answer them for you. So we started Chartnote about, well, it's been 5 years ago. So we started with a very basic platform, and all it did was dot phrases. We call them snippets. The snippets are basically expanding a little abbreviation into a block of text. So let me zoom in here. So for example, if you type @HTN hashtag and click enter or click there, you can expand a little block of text with some drop-down menus, some conditionals. There's some fields that you can also add to your snippets. So it's just a way to make medical documentation faster. After that, we added voice recognition. So if you have used Dragon in the past, this is very similar to Dragon. It has the same level of accuracy. We have a medical vocabulary. So you can just convert your speech to text, and it works in the platform and also in our mobile device. And through our Chrome extension, you can do it directly into any web-based EHR. So that was the first few years of Chartnote, and then we came out with the AI portion of Chartnote a couple of years ago. And this is what really has made us grow a lot. And we offer 3 services. The most popular right now is the AI Scribe. And what the AI Scribe does is basically it converts the doctor-patient conversation into a clinical note. And basically you just record it through your computer or your mobile device, and then you have a note. One of the things that really differentiates Chartnote from other AI scribes is the level of customization that we allow in the platform. So for example, you might have just a regular SOAP note, but and we offer some custom some templates that come by default. So like if you're in the ED or if you're in behavioral health, you can select that. But some users really want to customize their notes so it looks the way they write it. So it can be that you want different sections, or you maybe want a section have a very specific style. So for example, some doctors like the subjective portion or the HPI to be a narrative style. Other doctors want problem-based. Other doctors want just like bullet points. So you have the freedom to create and give instructions to the AI in terms of what sections you want and how you should style it, just using natural language. So that's the AI Scribe. And then now, if most patients agree to using the AI app to listen to the conversation, but sometimes that doesn't make sense. So if you have a patient with dementia, or I don't know, you're in the nursing home, patient is intubated, maybe it's not, it doesn't make sense to record a conversation. So what we have is a voice chart. So voice chart is basically old school dictation, how we used to do it 10 years ago, where you see a patient and then you come out of a room, and instead of using your dictaphone or calling a number to dictate a note, you just dictate here in Chartnote, and then after a minute you get the note. So that's voice chart. And then if you've used ChatGPT, we have something that it's very similar. It's Copilot. The difference is that it's in a secure environment, and that it can work in the context of the node you're working on. So you can ask any questions. You can ask it to create a letter, maybe a discharge summary, a number of things that you can ask. And it's important to mention that we're HIPAA compliant. If you're in Canada, we're PIPEDA compliant, and if you're in Europe, we're also GDPR compliant. So if you need to a BA, by default, you get a business associate agreement when you create an account. But if you're part of an organization and you want to a specific one for your clinic or your organization, just reach out and we can give that to you. So let me just check in and make sure that there are no questions. Okay, sorry.
That guy sounds good.
Let's see.
One thing I'll add to VoiceThread, when I've had meetings with subscribers, sometimes we have surgeons that like to just basically, during the course of a multi-hour surgery, just use VoiceThread because it has the AI powered within the platform.
Oh yeah, we have some of those cases. Yeah, during colonoscopy, heart surgery, we have a team that does transplants, and they just record a whole surgery and then convert it into the special note that they need. And but anyway, okay, so what's next? Let's do, if you have any questions, just feel free to just go to the chat and put your questions there, and feel free to do that. And let me log in to Chartnote. And so when you create an account, this is what you see. Let me zoom in so you have better. You can create a free account. We have a freemium business model, so anyone can create an account and start using Chartnote and start using all the features that we have. There's different tiers and levels of subscriptions that we offer, and we have the free one, that's we call it basic. Then the next one is let me just show you real quick. Let's see. The premium one, it's like $5 a month, and it will allow you to have unlimited use of the snippets or dot phrases or templates that we were talking about. And you have a little bit of notes that you can do generating AI and medical dictation. Now, if you want to go to the next tier as a professional one, it's $16, and you have unlimited use of templates, the snippets, and unlimited speech-to-text dictation. So this is like your Dragon style dictation, or if you're not familiar with Dragon, something similar to what you use on your phone to compose a message. It will just strictly convert your voice into text, obviously with medical vocabulary. It has a little bit more credits to generate AI notes. The next tier, which is the most popular one, it's $100 a month, and you get unlimited everything. So unlimited use of AI with Copilot, note generation. If you opt for a yearly plan, you get some discount there. Whenever you sign up for a new account, you can get a 7-day free trial, so you can just play with it and see if this is a good fit for you. And we have a 14-day cancellation policy. So if you decide this is not for you, we're happy to refund your payment. Another thing that I wanted to point out is if you have any questions or need any help, there is this big button here, the blue button, that if you click on it, it will open a chat. and we have 24/7 support. So if you have any questions, you can talk to someone, real person. And then there is help desk. So there are some articles if you want to try to find things on your own. We have some videos, video tutorials, and then we're very receptive to feedback. So if you have any feedback, just click here and send us a quick note. Okay, so when you get into the platform, you're going to see these 3 buttons. And like I said, the most popular one is the AI Scribe. So most people just use the AI Scribe and they start recording their visits, and then they get a note. Here's the voice chart we talk about. If you just want to dictate or type a note using snippets, you probably want to use plain note. On the left side, you're gonna see all the notes you've been creating. So whenever you create a new account, it's gonna be empty, but as you create new notes, they're gonna start populating here. And then on the right side, you're gonna see some settings and other things we'll talk about in a minute. So ready for a quick demo? So Austin here is gonna be my patient. So what I'm gonna do is click here, and by default, you're gonna see this template selected. So this is how it will look. So you can just start recording and get started. Now, before you do that, we always recommend to ask for permission and verbal consent from the patient. So you'll say, "Hey, Austin, I'm using this AI app to listen to our conversation and create a note, so I don't have to type everything, and I can pay more attention to you. Is it okay if we use this app?"
Absolutely.
Excellent. So you probably want to record that consent. Now, depending on your setting, it might make more sense to record a conversation on your phone versus your computer. So let me explain a little bit. So let's say you're in the ER and you're moving from room to room, and there are no computers in the room. So you probably want to use your mobile device. So it's available on Apple and Android, and it looks like this. Let me move this here. And it's kind of a condensed version of Chartnote into the app. It will allow you to do the same. You see this blue button here. You click there, and then you select what kind of note you want to do. I'm going to select the same AI Scribe. And then let's see, you can select the template. By default, you're going to see this one. And I'll get into all the settings you have here, but you don't have to mess with that if you don't want to. You can just start recording. So I'm actually going to use the phone because I think otherwise it's going to mess up with the audio. Now, if you have a computer in your room, you probably want to use the computer. Now, an important thing to mention is that if you're using a laptop, the internal microphone is pretty good, so usually you can just record on your laptop. If you have a desktop computer, sometimes desk computers don't have good microphones, so we recommend you plug in a USB microphone. And this can be an omnidirectional microphone, any sort of microphone, even if it's like the microphone or webcam is better than the internal microphone. This is how let me go to Amazon. Oh. Omnidirectional. Let's see. So it looks something like this. It's not too expensive, $30, and you just plug it in, and that will capture the audio in the room. Anyway, so let's get started with the visit. And gonna hit record. Hey, Austin, I'm Dr. Bonilla. How can I help you today?
Hi. Yeah, I am dealing with a lot of back pain.
I see. When did you start with the back pain?
I have a 7-year-old and 11-year-old, so I would say it started around 11 years ago. Getting kids in and out of the car. So yeah, it's definitely gotten worse as I've gotten older. And I'm not sure if you can see from my chart, but 11 years ago I weighed about 190, and right now I'm weighing about 215. So I definitely have put on some weight too.
I see. So since this is something chronic, and was there a flare up of your back pain, or why did you decide to come today?
Yeah, it used to be I would have pain maybe once a month for a day or two, and now it's gotten to the point where it's like if I'm not really cautious in how I do things, that I'll have pain almost every day.
Okay, so when did you start having pain every day?
Probably about 2 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, but why did you decide to come today, not last month?
Well, I think it's just gotten to the point where I'm not able to. I used to be able to do certain exercises and it would help, and now it's not really helping.
Okay, I see. So it seems like it's not really a flare up; it's just it gradually has been getting worse to the point where you really need help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can you show me where it hurts?
Yeah, it's right here in my lower back.
Is it more on the left side?
It's right in the middle, actually.
In the middle. Okay, and anything on the upper back?
No.
No. Okay, and did you have any injuries?
Not to my back, but I will say that in 2003 I had an ACL surgery, and because when I sit, I can't really sit for a long period of time when my knee's bent. I have to extend my knee, and I kind of slouch when I have to extend my knee. So it wasn't a back injury, but the knee injury has not helped my back.
I see. Okay. So, and when you have pain, what do you usually take for the pain?
Ibuprofen, but more recently I've been putting on like these what do they call they're like a patch. It's like an icy hot patch.
I see. And any Tylenol?
No Tylenol. No. I will say too that I have a dog, and 3 years old. He's not the best walker, and I definitely notice there's a correlation when I walk him and how much he's pulling, and then I usually have some back pain after that too.
I see. So do you take any opiates like Norco or oxycodone or any muscle relaxants?
No, just tequila.
Tequila. Okay. How much do you drink?
Maybe like margarita every 2 days.
Okay. So do you drink to deal with the pain?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. So how many margaritas do you drink on a night that you drink?
Okay, so from probably one every other day, so I would say like 3 or 4 a week.
3 or 4 a week. Okay.
Yeah.
So it helps with the pain, but it's not like you're drinking to calm down the pain. Okay, I see. So okay, well let's why don't you hop to the exam here, and let's see. Can you raise your right leg, like that? Okay. Does that hurt your back?
No.
Does the pain usually travel down to your legs? Any numbness or weakness you've noticed?
None of my legs. No.
No incontinence, anything like that?
No.
Okay, so you're lifting your left leg, and does that cause pain?
No.
No, down your leg? No. Okay. Let me see. Any pain in the midline?
No, nothing.
No. How about on the right
right there? Yeah.
How about on the right side? On the left lower side?
No.
No. So it's in the midline.
It's in the midline. Yeah.
Okay. Have you had any imaging studies?
No, not in this particular injury or area of my body.
Okay. Well, most of the time, it's it's more like your muscles. You don't have any like red flags that would indicate like something serious going on. It's just probably uh, um, multiple factors that are causing the pain. So
Okay.
your obesity,
Mhm.
your overweight definitely,
Mhm.
and you gain weight, and then your position of the way you sit. Probably you're saying that you slouch
Mhm.
because of your knee, and then what else? You say that you were carrying your kids. What do you do for a living?
I am a teacher.
Teacher.
Mhm.
Okay. So um, okay. Any like heavy lifting at work?
Not normally, no.
No, just your kids. Well, they're older now, right? So
Yeah,
you probably
yeah,
don't
yeah.
do
It's really the
Okay.
dog at this point.
the
So
dog.
yeah.
Okay. What kind of dog?
Uh, Golden Doodle Mini. So he's
Okay.
only about 35 pounds, but still enough.
Okay. So what we want to try first is you can continue taking ibuprofen. Try not to take it every day because it can have side effects with your
Okay.
kidneys and cause stomach bleeding. Can give you like acid reflux. Tylenol, it's probably a better option if you're taking it like more than once a week.
Okay.
You can continue using the icy hot. I'm going to give you some exercises to do.
Okay.
And if you want to join a gym to try to lose some weight, Pilates like a good option because you will work on your core muscles, so it
Okay.
will strengthen your muscles.
Okay.
But start with this exercises at home. So there's some stretching exercises, I didn't feel any like spots that will trigger the pain when I was examining. It's in the midline,
Okay.
so that concerns me a little bit. So I'm just gonna do an X-ray to make sure we don't miss anything.
Okay.
I don't think you need anything more than that, like an MRI, because there are no signs that there's like any impingement of your nerves in your back. But let's do that, and let's give you a follow-up appointment in a month and see how this is working. Hopefully, you lose some weight, and start doing exercises, and during some kind of physical activity, and maybe try to avoid sitting and see if you can get like a standing desk. I'm happy to give you a letter for your employer to provide a standing desk.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
That works?
Yeah.
Excellent. So perfect. So my nurse will come in a minute and give you the follow-up appointment.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pause this. And now one of the things that you might not discuss in the visit is, for example, we didn't mention your age or your gender. So that you have to kind of like help out the AI a little bit to capture everything.
Mhm.
I was reading an article yesterday saying that doctors are going to be now editors instead of writing the notes. And I think there's not like an understanding of how the AI works. The AI nowadays it doesn't hallucinate much. It can get creative, but we can, as a company, we can decide how much of that happens in the AI. So we instruct the AI to be very accurate, and so that doesn't happen too much. You obviously have to read the note, but one thing you're gonna find with Chartnote is that there's very little editing, especially if you have a good history. If you say everything and that's going on, if you explain to the patient the plan, then you're gonna have a great assessment and plan in your note. And if you explain what you're doing through your physical exam, same thing's gonna happen in the note. And if you ask all the right questions, then you will get a good history. So I think it just really allows you to have a really good conversation with your patient and not worry about the note. So here in my app, I'm just gonna add in this. So you see this helpful information. It's the same thing that we're seeing here. I'm just gonna put your age and gender. You could add a patient. Most users don't do that because it might take more time to. It will ask you for the name, last name, date of birth, gender. So you just might not want to deal with that. Another thing that helps is this thing called label. Here's in the app and here's in the AI Scribe. So this will help you if you're not putting the name of the patient here or assigning a patient to a note. You can put something that will identify the note. It can be the room number. It can be the time that you saw a patient. I'm gonna put my patient name.
And does 40G, does that mean guy or girl?
Thanks for noticing that. A guy, no, and then we have some other options. Language, automatically, it will detect your language. We have over 30 languages that you can select, but by default, it's the automatic language detection. And then we have a billing option. It doesn't apply here because our note already has some billing codes embedded. So let's click transcribe and see how this comes up. So whatever you do in your phone, you're gonna see it here on the app. It's gonna start processing the notes. It's processing on the app. It's processing also on the web application. It usually takes less than 60 seconds. And let's just wait for it. And once the note is ready, just, you probably want to give it a quick reading and proofread it. So it seems like it's very accurate. So no radiation. So all the conversational things that we're talking about, it's converted into an actual like medical lingo, right? So writes a really nice note.
I even said the weight of my dog.
Yeah. And then we have some billing codes. So and then an assessment and a plan that is problem-based. But like I said, maybe you want a different style on your plan, so you can change that, and I'll show you that in a minute. But and then you have some patient instructions. Now let's say that you're in the room, the patient is still here, and I promise my patient a letter for the employer. So instead of me typing the letter, I could just ask Copilot to write a letter for me. So I'm gonna ask write a letter for patient's employer requesting a standing desk. And move this up a little bit. So let's hit enter. So now I can use this. I can transfer it to the note, or I can create a new note, or just copy paste it and then edit it on a Word document or on the EHR, and it really spits out my workflow. So, but ultimately, what you want to do is transfer this note to your EHR. So, to that effect, there are a couple options. So, if you're using something like Cerner or Epic, you probably you need to copy paste the note. So there's a big button on the top that says copy all, and that will let's see, that will copy the whole note, and then you can paste it. So let's say that this was epic, you can just paste your note with the sections. Now, if you were, for example, in Cerner that has different sections, you probably want to copy paste section by section. So let me show you a demo of how that works. So let's say that this was an EHR that has different sections. So you probably want to copy the subjective and then paste here, and then copy the exam and paste here, and then so on. This has been planned. Now, if you're using a web-based EHR, we created, we have a Chrome extension, and what the Chrome extension does, it lives on your browser. So we recommend you use a Chrome browser, but you can also use Edge, the Microsoft Edge. And it's super easy to install. You use Google Chartnote Chrome extension, you click a button and it's installed. So this is how it looks, the extension. It's going to show you the, similar to the app, it's showing you the notes here. And it we've done a lot of integrations with EHRs that it will detect the fields in the note, and then we'll automatically put everything in the right section. So for example, the very first time you use it, it's gonna, if you click here in the logo for this EHR in particular, it's gonna ask you to map the Chartnote sections into the EHR sections. So I'm gonna put the subjective here, the objective, the assessment, and the plan here. And you can put more than one section, so I'm just gonna add the billing here. And save and apply, and everything goes into place and saves the note. So now if I see the note, if I want to do it again, now it's going to have, let's see if we can edit this. So let's say that I see another patient. So my next visit, since I already mapped this, on my next visit, you're going to see that this is yellow now, and that means that it's already mapped. And just with one click, everything will happen. So that's a really nice feature. It works with Athena Health, Practice Fusion, eClinical Works, what else? Elation, Dr. Chrono. We have several EHRs that work. If we still don't have that integration, reach out, and we're every week we try to release 1 or 2 new EHR integrations.
I would like to add to that, where you did a copy and paste or drag and drop for the mapping, part of the benefit of having custom templates is you can line up those sections within what you need to drag and drop.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the customization part. So let me zoom out a little bit. So on the right side, there is this section called library. And here we have templates for the AI notes, which is just what we did. Templates for plain notes, some prompts that you can save for example, the notes that we wrote for Austin. You can save some prompts so you don't have to type it every time you request them. And then a library of snippets. All these templates and snippets, they have your own library, the Chartnote library, which is the snippets and templates that come by default, and a community library. So if we go to the AI note templates, we see here some templates that people share with the community. And if you can take a quick look, if you like what you see, you can import the template here, or clicking in this button, and that will import that template to your library, and then you can edit it a little bit. But let me show you a these are the Chartnote templates that come by default. You can, if you like one of our templates and you just want to tweak it a little bit, you can import that into your library. Let me use one that is very similar to what we use, so you understand the instructions that I was talking about. So I use this template a lot. So when you create a new template, it's going to ask you, let me zoom a little. You give it a name, you decide if you want to share it with the community, if you want to use it on AI Scribe voice chart, and then there are some, like we call custom note instructions. So these are very like general instructions for the whole note. So here I'm telling the AI that I'm a family doctor, that I like to use acronyms, and then because the AI is uses very proper grammar, it puts the acronym and then in parentheses it spells out the acronym. So I'm telling the AI not to do that. And then in the subjective portion, I'm telling it to use like a narrative, a paragraph. But maybe you want to use bullet points. Maybe you want to put like problem base. And the objective section, I'm giving it a little template, and then I tell the AI to adjust the snippet, so based on the encounter. And then I put a section called billing, and I'm just simply asking for ICD-10 codes. Then an assessment, I'm asking for a little summary of the presentation, and then I gave it an example. And then the plan, I like my problems to have a hashtag preceding each problem, and to have a space. So, it's very versatile, and you can be very granular in the level of details that you want for each note. You can add more sections. If you want to give instructions, you click here. You can add subsections. The subsections are just kind of like subheadings. So it's just the title. It's not going to allow you to put in instructions in those subsections. This last section here is patient instructions, and so I'm going to tell it how to write those instructions. Now, you use normal plain English. You don't have to do anything fancy, and you save it here. And then, very important, next time you create a new AI Scribe or voice chart, just make sure that you're using that template that you just created. What else am I missing?
So you transcribed the note, and you showed the details on the custom templates. What about, when do you add snippets to a typical note?
Yeah, so that's a good point. So let's go back to the note we created for Austin, and let's say that I'm just gonna add a new section that I did an injection, and let's say that I did a trigger point injection. Oops. And I have a template for that. So I'm gonna type trigger. Let's see. Let's try this one. So it deploys, it expands a template, and that I might use. You can use it if you're doing a small procedure or a signature or something that you write the same over and over. So that was one way of inserting the snippet by typing the @ symbol. There's a section here called snippets. You can also search here let's see, and it does pretty much the same thing. And then another thing that I failed to mention is you can dictate. So let's say you were proofreading the note and you want to add something, so you can do the speech-to-text dictation. So let's say patient also reports a rash in the left upper back that started a few days ago, period. Endorses some itchiness and pain, period. Next paragraph. Patient is also asking for a prescription for Norco, period. Anyway, so and all this can be also used in the EHR, so using extension. So if I go back to the note, and let's say that I want to add that same snippet that I added over there. So if you memorize that abbreviation, you can use the type at and type the abbreviation. I don't remember the abbreviation, but I'm gonna put another one that is simple. And you hit tab, and it will expand the text. You can always open the extension and then go to the snippet section, and let's search for that trigger point. Injection. Okay, it's right here. And let's say that I'm just going to do that. Insert, and then it inserts the snippet. Let's say that we want to do the same thing, dictate into the EHR. So let's say I'm going to turn on the microphone in the extension, and you're going to see this microphone here. So you turn it on and then click where you want the text to be inserted. So patient also reports a rash in the leftover back, period. Next line. He's also requesting a prescription for Norco, period. And it has similar voice commands. If you're familiar with Dragon, you can insert snippets using voice commands. And I don't want to overextend this webinar, but thank you so much for your time. If you have any follow-up questions, feel free to reach out in the chat and do we have any feedback? No, I was checking the chat. But anyway, thank you so much. Take care.